and I expect a couple of months with an RSI higher than 80 plus. And that means RSI 80 plus means a return, a market return, a monthly return of 40% and higher. And just to, as an example of what that means, from the current price level, 104,000, if we have 4 months of 40% gain, that brings us to $400,000 Bitcoin. So very bullish, in my opinion.
Bitcoin just smashed past $104,000, marking a new all-time high in 2025 after climbing from just $4,000 during the COVID crash. This isn't just a psychological milestone, it's a powerful confirmation of long-term bullish momentum. I think this is the right time to hit the like button and subscribe. Now let's go back to the video.
We have a new all-time high. What's next? Bitcoin jumped at the end of May to $104,000, and that was a little over the $102,000 earlier this year, and that was a new all-time high. Now we also see the color turning to orange, from red to orange, and that means we're getting closer to next halving. We're 34 months to the next halving, almost 3 years to go. We can see that here in the color axis, right? It's the months until the next halving. So there's nothing predictive in these colors. It's just a timer to the next halving. So orange will be yellow, will be green, will be blue, and then we have a new halving in 2028. Next chart, cycles. I think this is the chart everybody's waiting for. The current market is still in a bull market. In fact, it's very much in a bull market, and I admit it's a very different bull market than other bull markets in 2017 or 2020, because it's more flat, it's longer, and a lot of people misinterpreted this chart. So first of all, it has nothing to do with stock to flow, right? Stock to flow is just scarcity, stock to flow ratio, and this stepwise model. This Bitcoin market cycles model is based on on-chain analysis. So I calculate and analyze all the on-chain transactions, and then based on that, a formula decides which state of the market we are in. So it's certainly not a prediction. I don't know if next month the dot will be red or yellow, but it's a detection. I can only look at the state of the market right now. So right now it's a bull market, and also don't be fooled by the length of this bull market. It's not that bull markets are always 1 year. Historically, they are 1 year, maybe a little less, little more, but there's nothing that says a bull market can't last for 2 years. So, in fact, if we're looking at the data underlying the model, we're right now at the very beginning of a bull market. So we made sort of a fake loop in bull market territory after the January 2024 ETF introductions, and we're now right back at where all the bull markets in the past have started. So it's a very bullish signal, if you ask me. If we look at a technical analysis indicator, very well-known one, the relative strength index, the RSI. For people who don't know, that's an index between 0 and 100. And for normal assets like stocks, the normal range would be between 30 and 70. So if the RSI is 70, then a stock is overbought and probably to reverse to go down again to normal levels. If the RSI of a stock would be 30, that's a sign it's oversold. So maybe a good time to buy. If we look at Bitcoin, that's completely different. The ranges are different, right? So the average RSI is 65. And oh yeah, everything above 50, RSI above 50 is an upward trend. So 65 really shows that strong upward trend in Bitcoin. And also the ranges. It ranges between, well, let's say 90, 95 and 40, 45. So right now we're at almost 70, 69. And Bitcoin has been ranging between, lately, last year, between 75 and 60. So oscillating around the average of 65. And what I expect, maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of traditional finance guys have entered the market, and if they see an RSI of over 70, which we saw here and here, they get spooked. They think it's overbought and they sell. So it's very well possible that we stay in a tight range, a tighter range, a more normal range for the RSI in the future, because more traditional finance guys have arrived. But it's also possible, and in fact that's, I think, more likely, that we'll see, after a period of bull market, of overbought, there will be a couple of years oversold, a bear market, overbought, oversold. So we're now entering a bull market. So in fact, this RSI chart is saying we're entering a bull market, and I expect a couple of months with an RSI higher than 80 plus. And that means RSI 80 plus means a return, a market return, a monthly return of 40% and higher. And just to, as an example of what that means, from the current price level, 104,000, if we have 4 months of 40% gain, that brings us to $400,000 Bitcoin. So very bullish, in my opinion, and we'll see.
Another powerful signal is flashing green. Bitcoin's geometric and arithmetic moving averages are diverging. This exact pattern has historically appeared only during major bull markets.
Moving average. We see the difference between the geometric mean and the arithmetic mean. So the black line is the arithmetic mean, the normal moving average. That difference is diverging. And if those lines diverge, that's usually, in fact, always in a bull market. So the only question is, will this divergence go on? And I think it will. So more bullish news from this 200-week moving average chart. Realized price, that's the on-chain cost-based. So we look at all the UTXOs, all the Bitcoins out there, it's 19.9 million, I think. And we look at when they moved on chain, when they last moved, and then we look at the price, and that's the average price we get on the realized price. So the black line is the realized price of all the coins. The blue line is the realized price of all the coins that moved the last 2 years, and the yellow line is all the coins that moved last 5 months. And we see all realized prices going up. And in fact, the realized price right now is 47,000, up from 45,000, and the 2 year is 81 100,000 up from 77, and the yellow one is 96,000 up from 92. So really a bullish sign if the realized prices go up. Of course, Bitcoin at a May closing price of 104,000 is above them all, and that's how we want it in a bull market. The red dots, the Bitcoin prices above all the realized prices, and everything is going up. A trend like that has some momentum in it, so it usually doesn't stop, and it will go on for some months, sometimes an entire year. Now we look at the combined chart. It shows from low to high the 200-week moving average at 48,000. It shows the 2-year realized price at 81,000. And it shows the Bitcoin price at 104,000, which is all, of course, still far away from the stock to flow value of 500,000 based on fundamentals, scarcity fundamentals. That's what I expect the average over this 4-year cycle to be. So we're still far away from that, but we're also still only 1 year in the cycle and have 3 years to go. And so I think Bitcoin is very undervalued still and is currently in a bull market, targeting that let's say 250,000 to 1 million range for the average price in this cycle.
Bitcoin's price is sitting on strong stacked support. Multiple metrics are forming a solid floor. Yes, we're still far from the 500K stock to flow target, but it's only year 1 of the 4-year halving cycle. Historically, Bitcoin doesn't peak until year 2 or 3. According to Plan B, BTC remains deeply undervalued, with a long-term target between $250K and $1 million this cycle. Tap this video to see what's really coming.